Hey, hello, horse players. Welcome to OAKLAWN Capping Hour Saturday. We don't have a guest this week. That's all right. Me and you can do a show by ourselves. Nope, it's not really a big day. Everything's kind of quiet. I think there's a Arkansas Stakes on the card, the no double.
There's a couple of them.
Oh, there's two? I forgot. All the purses are so big, I can't figure out which one's a stake and which one's not. So yeah, we'll be in March. Second day of March. Let's talk about some NHC news real quick. Table selection and rule changes. I got an email today. Looks like we have to designate our tables ahead of time. Who's sitting with us and why? No, not why, but I'm just wondering if they're going to want a urine sample and a blood test, maybe a hair sample.
Yeah, they're looking at collusion and all that.
Yeah. Well, I need to get clarification again because I'm pretty sure we can't play it, but Danny's going to have a horse running that's trained by our dad on Thursday for the first chance, last chance. Excuse me. And chances are we're not going to be able to play it.
No, I don't think so. But like, my question is, if you like a bomb and I like the same bomb, we're at the same table. Like, can we both use it? Or is that called collusion?
No, you could use that. I mean, you could piggyback on the same horse.
I
think collusion would be like, okay, you pick, like we're working both sheets. You pick this bomb in this race, and I'll pick this bomb. We got similar scores. If one of these two win, we're in. We're going to make the cut, and we'll split the prize money. You help me, or I'll help you, whoever's ticket gets in. I don't know how you're going to police it. How do you police it? Because look, if I'm at the OTB and I like a horse and I give you a horse, and I'm going to play it and you're going to play it.
Right. I think it has to do something with percentages of the same picks, maybe.
Yeah.
Like some of these guys are just, I don't know how they were figuring that out, but whatever.
Look, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to play and we're not going to collude. And if they accuse me of colluding, well, be like, what are you talking about? I mean, you got to really cheat. Like you got to have a laid out game plan. So
seems like a lot of work for something that's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And it'll take the fun away.
So yeah, you got to announce the table you're sitting at, and I guess they're going to track everybody's. It's like Big Brother tracking the everybody's wagers at the table. The other rule changes. There was something to do with the last day. Everybody gets to play through the entire day, including the final table. So if you don't make the cut, which I plan on making the cut this year, you get to play along with everybody else that's still alive for prize money, which is good because it keeps people interested. They're in the ballroom, they're screaming, yeah, come on, because it gets kind of quiet. And you have a big lull in between the last contest race and then the final table. I think there was an hour difference last year. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah. The consolation ends a lot earlier, and then it's just final table.
Yeah, you got people clearing out and doing this and that. I think just to keep interest, I like that.
Oh, yeah. Some people head to the airport. Like, you know what? I'm out of here.
Yeah, Justin Dew. He'd be doing that. He'll be at the OTB. He'd be like, all right, boys, I'm catching an early flight out of here in Chicago every time. Oh, shit. All right. So yeah, we'll get more news on that as we go. I hear you. Okay. So yeah, you're flying out Wednesday. Did you get your?
Yeah, I solidified the air stuff today. Fly out Wednesday. I'm gonna get there at 7 p.m. Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the very next day is the last chance.
All right.
Just in case I don't qualify this weekend.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on all that good stuff. Looks like we're fast and dry, Marco, on Saturday.
Should be fast and dry. It rained here for like 10 minutes today. Sprinkle a little bit.
A little spring shower.
It's a little cold.
All right, so we're good there. All right, well, let's dive into this card. First race is a maiden claiming event, $100,000. These are straight 3-year-old fillies. No, 3-year-olds and up, excuse me. Wow, they're mixing in some older ones here. It's going a mile, 2 turns, short stretch. And me and you are a little bit different. I went with Cheyenne Moon. 12-1. It's a bomb. Second time hood. It's making its 3-year-old debut, so I'm carrying less weight. I watched the replay of that Churchill race. There was something there to look at. Had a little bit of an issue there. Trip note. Had some time off. The work on February 7th was really good. Right out of the gate, 4 out of 52, 101 flat. So dropping down a little bit, not a lot. Blinkers, actually, it's not second time blinkers. They're taking a hood off. Maybe that's why it ran so bad. But it did bump at the start. I figure I give it a shot. It's a tonalist out of a proud citizen. The siblings, there is a okay sibling, Sparkle of Hope. It won a decent non-winners of 250 claiming at Churchill last September. With a 70 buyer speed figure, and then it ran a decent second with a 76 next time out over there. So some of the other siblings were much to be desired. So not much there, but not much in this race anyway. And I figure I'd give this one a shot just based off that work. You went with the 2-horse, Rubia.
Yes. Rubia is making her second start off the layoff. She shipped here from Fairgrounds after sprinting on the turf. Problem is she's never gone 2 turns, gives up that experience in this race. And like you said, there's not much in here. I think this race is wide open. Pretty much all of them here have a chance. But I got faith in Asmussen, and I think he's going to have her ready for the stretch out. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Got that recency, stretching out, and Asmussen. So,
all right. My backup was a 6. Thorny makes a lot of sense. 5-2, making its 3-year-old debut as well. Dropping in for a tag. Gonna get 6 pounds on the older ones. And looks like it's one of the few in here that has decent route experience. At least ran okay routing. So I went with that one. And then I saw your first time starter with that nice drill out of the gate on February 6th. Rose Parade.
Yeah, I think Thorny should make a good run here. Short price, but well deserving. But yeah, Rose Parade, it's the first time starter in here by Curlin. She's the only firster in here, and I typically don't use firsters when when there's like only one of them, and there's a lot of runners with good experience. Like you said earlier, I didn't like much in this race, and this one we just don't know what she can do or will do Saturday. So I want to include this one on my ticket just in case it pops first out. And then the sharp work on February 6th, and 20-1, good price.
All right, very good. Race 2. I do like a horse here, Cravensworth. And I want to show the replay of the last. I did watch a head on. It was a significant bobble. It's hard to tell, but it's breaking out of the one hole here.
Goes in. They are at the post.
And you'll see the stumble. It, you know,
and they're off.
right there,
Drama,
head goes down.
Greyhound, both away
So
quickly from the outside.
it pretty much loses all chance here.
Mahoney Road. He's away running in the third position. Dual Monarchy is in.
Relegated to last, of course, and now it's got mud in its face, and it's just kind of like, all right, I'm screwed. Let me just gather myself here.
Who had to check in some heavy traffic, lost several lengths against the rail. Pistol or Shotgun moves by from sixth now into fifth as they go to the far turn. Further back, Enjoyment is racing in seventh. In sixth,
does get a nice opening quarter to run into. I'll give you that.
Pack right now in eighth, about a dozen lengths off the lead. David's Tuition next to last, and Cravensworth is trailing. The opening quarter was 21.79 seconds. Captivated Drama, Thank God, and Greyhound. That's the battle.
Dead last in the far turn here. We're approaching the quarter pole.
Up to the outside in third. Now second. Still 2 lengths from the front as they turn for home. Captivated Drama, the leader.
So dead last at the quarter pole.
Second toward the outside.
Now it's making a move
between the top two. Thank God and Greyhound has lost ground, drops back along the rail as they move into the final furlong. Dual Monarchy.
Altered course
and then
slightly.
Cravensworth, who's moving toward the inside from fourth, but a dozen lengths from the front where Captivated Drama is kicking on with a widening 8-length lead. Captivated Drama.
The winner one really easy.
Santana Jr.'s second win on the card. Cravensworth up the rail for
second. But I like how I finished up.
Was across the wire third.
And the Justin Du Gallop out.
And then Dual Monarchy.
You can see it right there. They don't show the pan, but it blew right past the winner. It's probably right now 5-6 lengths in front of it. So I thought that was a pretty good race. You know, I want to give it a shot. I feel like, you know, that stumble, the huge run, the nice gallop out. I like the drill since. It worked. A couple of the work on February 9th was really nice in particular, and it's had steady work tab. And we're dropping down again. That was its only race since July, that one in October. So they've given it some time off here. I think it's just going to run the best race of its life here. And if it breaks just clean, because it likes to sit in the pocket. I want to see it maybe middle up, probably in the middle pack or just behind the first or second flight. I don't want to be dead last. Bejarano's riding really well. And I'm going to give this one a good shot here. A long look at 4-1, and it's a horse that I really, really like. My backup is your top pick. You can tell me all about it. The 11 here.
Is it asymmetric?
Mm-hmm.
He's on his third start off the layoff, and he's also dropping again. So I think this is like the second drop in a row. There's a sharp work on February 22nd. That looks pretty good. We're adding the blinkers, and I like the rider Esquivel. And if he can get anywhere close to his races from last summer, I think he should absolutely crush it here. That's if he goes back to that. But he still has a chance, even if he doesn't. I mean, it'll be a little bit tougher, but he has some back numbers that really are impressive. So that's what I'm hoping for on his third start.
Yeah, I saw that. New York bred. Ran well out in New York against some pretty salty New York breds, other ones. Win for Gold is, a really nice horse. Yeah, the races this year have not been good. And it ran okay in that Saratoga race. I mean, it did have a change of scenery here from the Chad Brown barn. You could always draw a line through one race. It was in the slop. I did that. The last race, a little bit better, but not much. So now we're going down the ladder again. So the last drill was good, though. I guess it's worth a shot down here against these.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to win with this horse right here. So
yeah, I liked it enough where I threw it underneath as well. and I'm with you on it. It just needs to wake up a little bit more on the class drop here. The 5 is still on the books. Mike Hewitt, gelded.
Yeah, he's coming in fresh. Hasn't ran since last May. He has a few decent runs at this distance, and he is a winner here at OAKLAWN. He was actually claimed by Hewitt that day, that May race, but he hasn't been seen since. I couldn't put that one on top because of the layoff, but I think this is a horse that can like beef up the exotics, if you will. Maybe sneak in there, maybe second or third. And he's going to be a bomb, and that just makes the payouts a little bit better, but he's got a fighting chance. So I'm gonna use him in all underneath.
Okay. What did you think about memes? It was claimed by Diodoro out of that maiden breaker.
Well, yeah, it just got done with his maiden, and man, some of them fields were just, I don't know.
Yeah, he claimed it for 20 and he drops it here. That the purse is 30, so if you win and you get claimed, what did he claim it for?
12.5.
Okay, he claimed it for it. It was claimed for 12.5. Okay, I saw. I thought it was 20. Okay.
Yeah, because Arkansas bred
breds. All right.
20,
so this is that's a different story then. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I'd have to throw this horse on. I was reluctant to pick it because it's probably going to be even money or 3-2. But I would probably use it as a saver on my pick 5. I'll reluctantly add it just in case it bites me in the butt. And if it wins, I'll just hope for a price horse later. If one of our top picks don't win in this race. But I like the 6 a lot.
Yeah, I mean, after watching that 6 does look pretty good.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll go against memes. Keep my ticket cheap.
Yeah, I wasn't really big on memes. I think it has a couple races to go before it wins again.
Okay. Next race is a 3-year-old maiden 50,000. Purse is 60. Wow. That's pretty cool. 60,000. We both like the 7. 7's my top pick, Nullify. And this is a horse that was in the 12 hole last time, and it ran a really good race going wide for the coach. And that was first time Lasix, excuse me. So second time Lasix. Now we're in for the tag again. It ran well there. I'm going to get a fast strip where it ran technically even faster on the buyer scale, even though it got crushed by Time for Truth is a really nice horse in Texas Town and crushed it, who was in good form before that last race. Nash is in there. I mean, there's some really good horses that this one's been running against, and getting a fast strip and getting away from that, getting in a little bit, going from 12 to 7. I think that'll hopefully be the winning ticket. And the coach has been hot, as we touched on with yesterday's show for Friday. The 2, Northern Chill.
Yep, Northern Chill. I was like, kind of got excited after selecting this horse. I don't know. I really like this one.
You got excited?
Yeah. Okay. So Northern Chill drops from the maiden special weight ranks to the maiden claiming, so a huge drop. I should definitely appreciate that relief. Both races were 1 mile on a wet track, and both of those races went pretty fast. I thought he chased with interest in both of those races before tiring out.
See that?
And he was acting up a bit in the loading process before the last race. You can see a little bit. With the replay, you can't see what happened before he got into the gate, but even in the gate, he was a little anxious. So you're cutting back to 6 furlongs today. He's freshly gelded, so I think that should calm him down a little bit, and he retains Esquivel in the irons, so he knows the horse, and it keeps it familiar. His mama's a stakes place sprinter, and there's sprinting success in his family tree from multiple siblings, including a half brother who's a grade 2 winner with a 105 Beyer speed figure. So the apple from the trees, hopefully it ain't going to fall too far from his siblings. And we're at a big price at 20-1. And this is bombs away. And like I said, I'm excited to watch this horse.
Okay. Well, I like it. The 4 was my other horse that I liked a little bit. Last Diamond. It's an Asmussen Firster by Uncle Mo. They spent a lot of money on it. Has a really nice drill on February 15th. And I was like, okay, I'll play it. I mean, the negative is...
Yeah, we know the negative.
Right. Why are you in for a tag?
For $50,000.
Yeah.
You
3
bought this
Chimneys.
for $75. Wow.
3 Chimneys has a lot of money, and I'm sure it'll be a nice little tax write-off. Somebody's going to claim that horse, I would imagine.
More than likely.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher why it's in this race. It might scratch, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they wanted to scratch to get the one horse in, make sure the race goes. I mean, most of these races fill, but this one only has 10. Potentially, that horse might scratch. And then they'll run the one horse, which if they do, I'll add the 1 on my ticket. Okay, race 4. We both like the 4. I like it second. You like it on top. Why don't you tell us about Ethereal Road, or however you pronounce it?
Yeah, ethereal. I call it Ethereal Road.
Ethereal Road.
Yeah. Well, this race, I mean, the pace looks hot, like real hot. So I like both closers in here, Ethereal Road and Alejandro.
Okay.
I think they're both going to try to work out similar trips and make their runs late down the stretch. It was really kind of hard for me to separate both of these runners. They both have good runs at the meet, and they're both good at the distance. And I like Ethereal Road on top because I think his back numbers in competition were just a little bit stronger, in my opinion, than Alejandro. So a little bit of a price difference, not much, but I gave the nod to Ethereal Road to come mow him down late.
All right. No argument for me on that pick. I went with the rail horse, Winnemac Avenue, and I was pretty vocal about this horse going into that last race. We've seen it dominate here, and then it was 3-1 when it got drilled by 21 lengths. James DeVito comes right back in a similar spot, same race, really same condition, just a slightly bigger optional claiming tag, which it's not in for, so it's eligible for the 9 winners of 2. He's coming back, and it's got a string of just awesome works since the January 26th run. 3 drills, 2 bullets, and the other one was 2 out of 28 a minute in 4. This thing's doing really well. Doesn't need the lead. Can sit just off, and it's going to be in the 1 hole. I would imagine it's going to break sharp, grab position, be behind a couple. Like you mentioned, there's going to be a little bit of zip. The 8 is probably going to gun from the far outside. The 6 has for a lot of speed for Hartman, and I would imagine those are going to be the 2 that are going to be winging it out there.
And this 3 is going to go.
And the 3 is pretty quick. So I think I'm going to save a lot of ground, be right behind that speed, get first run on, the 4, who I like as well. And I'm hoping I just go 1-4 at the wire.
Okay.
The 5 is Alejandro. That's one that's going to be just kind of like looking like Zenyatta back there, and is going to try and make a big run.
Yeah, I mean, it won last out, but and you know how racing is; it's hard to get repeat wins.
Well, that last race they went 23 flat for a mile and 16th, and 46 and change. So that was pretty quick. That was for a straight 50, 4-year-olds and up. So easier condition. Camp David was in there, nice horse that it beat there, just by looking at the company line without even digging into it. So I just think it's going to be, look, it's Steve Asmussen. I'm not going to say that horse can't win. Believe me, horse could win. I think that 7-2 morning line is just too low. I would like to see something more like 6-8-1.
It really probably should be, but
yeah, 7-2 is just a connections type deal. And you got Fuentes 5% jock on there, so it's not like he's got Keith or whoever else he's riding. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun race. Winnemac Avenue. I think he's gonna get back on track and just run a much better race this time, more like it did the previous 2. And I'm in agreement with you on at the Real Road or at the Railroad. I'm expecting a big effort there. Has some good company lines. All right, let's go to race 5. That's going to close out the pick 5. This is a 20,000 claiming event, 4-year-olds and up. Colts and Geldings going 6 furlongs, $45,000 purse. We are all over the place here. I landed on Summer in Malibu at 10-1. I don't know a lot about Bentley Combs, but this trainer has 7 wins and 34 starts in 2023. 1 for 9 here at OAKLAWN. Ran in that stupid, crazy, fast race against Secret Pocket last time, where that horse got a 98 Beyer speed figure. 2 back, ran a huge race by winning by a neck in a starter 50 with an 81 Beyer speed figure. So I'm dropping. I got great works. This one is a confirmed closer in a race laced with pace. This race looks even more crazy on the front end than the last race we just looked at. And I'm expecting really fast internal fractions. Again, I'm going to save ground with this one. And I'm going to just come motoring home late. This is one that I'm actually kind of excited about. So we'll see what happens. The 11 was Love to Win. McKnight, I was picking a lot of his horses first time on the dirt. And this one didn't really run that bad of a race. It pressed a really fast pace, got an 80, got a little tired behind Jackman, and we know all about Jackman.
yeah.
So Colt Fiction was in that race that day. Did beat this runner, but if this one can catch a flyer and be the speed of the speed, or just work out a good trip out there, it has, rated in 1. I mean, even 2 back at Woodbine, going 5 panels, it laid second and overtook the leader. If you look at the race on October 6th, same thing. So, and if you go all the way back to August 4th of last year, same thing as well. So it doesn't need to be right on the lead, but it can press and then it can overtake the leader. So that was my thinking there. The 3 horse is Shady Empire, 7-2.
A little bit of a shorter price, and it does look like this race is going to be super fast. Shady Empire, well, he's a super fast horse, and I think he gets to lead in this race and goes gate to wire. Let them all chase him.
Speed
Yep, the speed of the speed. Last out, yeah, he ran with Jackman before folding.
Okay.
We do know about Jackman, but for those who don't know about Jackman, he has a 4-race win streak here at OAKLAWN this meet, and he's the only 4-race winner here at the meet. That's just for a quick reminder. And there's nothing really else to discuss here. I just think he's a speed of speed. He's in, breakout, go gate to wire. I think he's that kind of horse.
Yep.
And then Cult Fiction, that's my runner up here. He's going third off the layoff. And I think he should try to be tactical in this spot and let the other speed get tired and try to get first run and try to run down Shady Empire. If he tries to go with the rest of them, I think that's a disaster for him. So it all depends about the trip for that guy.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, that one's gonna work out a tactical pay. I mean, Pete Miller, he's a really good sprint trainer.
Gotta be smart here in this spot.
This one's being smartly spotted, so it's definitely gonna be one to be reckoned with. Race 6 is gonna kick off the late pick 5, and we both like the 10. Kind of a simple theme, or a common theme, but we have our top pick and our second pick flip-flopped. The 10 horse is Birdie's Cause, and this is one that I'm just coming back to. I picked this horse last time it ran. I was actually at Hawthorne for the contest, and I had a big double going to this horse. And then I had a big double the other way, and I didn't hit either of them. That was the day I hit every odd race and missed out on, I think, every even race. And I was playing a bunch of big doubles that day. But this horse looked visually so impressive. One easy in hand, really. And I think it's just going to be that much more stronger this time for Carl Broberg. 3-1's not exciting, but there's not much in here. I thought that the 9 had a shot with Asmussen, just dropping out of those Houston allowance races. Has some really fast races at Remington that would make it a very tough customer to beat in this spot. So those were the 2 that I went to. You like the 10, but your top pick is the 4, Insightful Miss.
Yeah, I went with Insightful Miss at 8-1. Gets back to the claiming races and out of the rain. I think there's going to be some early pace in here to soften it up a little bit. Now, the pace in here, I don't like any of the early runners in here to even hold on to an exacta ticket. I think it's just cheap garbage speed. Should be a fast track, and I'm just hoping we see similar runs as the 2 and 3 back races from Churchill and Keeneland. Run something like that, and should be a competitive race for her. So 8-1, that's my pick. And yeah, Birdie's Cause back up. Definitely a serious bid for the win spot. And I'm going to bet that she's going to be the post time favorite.
Birdie's Cause?
Yeah, I just had that feeling.
Well, it's 3-1. I mean, morning line.
I think the computer generated wagering, I think maybe they might hammer this horse.
Okay. Well, visually it was impressive to me, and I liked it.
It was.
I probably should have put my whole bankroll on that horse. I really liked it at 10-1, and you got to know how to bet. You can't, made a mistake there. Okay, race 7 is the no double. Arkansas State Bred $150,000 stake. This is for colts and geldings, 3-year-olds and up. We both like the same. We both like the 4. I like the 4 on top. Lockmore, I think I'm saying that right. And this horse is just a model of consistency. One very impressive here over, I believe, your top pick. I have to look. Yeah, over your top pick, 2 back.
Mm-hmm.
Last time, Mahomey got him. He was making a run through there and just couldn't sustain it. Mahomey blew past him. So, but it was a good race nonetheless. And 5-2 is not great, but there's a couple of other speed types in here. I don't know if it's going to be as fast as that last one, but the 6 should press. The 5 is 20-1. It's slower on paper, but the only way they can win is probably going to the lead, so they're going to go. And then the 3 is just super, super fast and is definitely going to have the lead. Could be the speed of the speed. It's 9-5 though. So I'm just hoping some of these other ones can soften up that favorite a little bit, and then I can make my run. This horse, super consistent, always in good form, and really hasn't run a bad race since June of 22. Other than that, it's got 3 wins, 2 seconds. The 5th wasn't even that bad in open company. So the only time it ran against open company, it ran a decent race. And I believe it ran against, it ran against a next out winner that got a 91 buyer speed figure that day. So tape to tape, which is a nice horse. What do you like about the 7, Marco?
I like the name, Macho Rocco.
Macho Rocco.
That goes a little shout out to my nephew Rocco.
That's right.
Our nephew Rocco. Bohemian Bow, man. Well, Macho Rocco's on the outside of that one, which otherwise I wouldn't even entertain this pick. They're both going to be up there. I'm thinking maybe he can discourage him maybe a little bit. And Macho Rocco does have a couple of good runs at this meet, and I thought he was going to win last time and then gave up the lead and lost. I was like, counting my money, because I had him last out as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a hop, stumble, or something like that from Bohemian Bow at the start of this race. That would even be better.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's 15-1, and it's a good price, I think, to take a chance to try to be up front and maybe steal it. But Lockmore, as you like, he's just an OAKLAWN stud, and he's going to run this race the same way he always does. Whatever jockey is up front, deep in the stretch, better look over his shoulder. That's all I'm saying, because Lockmore will be coming for him. So that's the way this race is going to be playing out.
Yeah, my backup is King Peanut. It's run lackluster these last 2 races. Couldn't keep up with Bohemian Bow and those guys 2 back, and then last time it couldn't outkick Lockmore and Mahomey, and Mahomey's not in here anymore, and then Peace Dog, but had some traffic in there. If you watch the replay, and maybe I think it was just needed that first race back, and I think it was in good form in that last race. It just got a trip note. And King Peanut has the back numbers to win this race, no doubt. It won the Rainbow here, and it lost by a neck in a $200,000 race. So,
I looked at that horse long and hard too, and just these 2 races here just were, not as great. But get back to last year, this is going to be tough.
It's been working good too, and I think this horse, that was a good enough trip note in that last to be like, okay, it was ready to roll there. It was ready to it was going to hit the board. It was possibly going to win that. Maybe it only lost by 5 lengths and just didn't get a clear run. I think if it gets a clear run today, with the way it's working and everything, I think you're going to see something closer to those numbers last year. So I would definitely include that horse on your pick 5 ticket and your pick 4 ticket and your doubles if you want, for that matter. Okay. Race 8, we both like the 2. Universal Sound, Steve Asmussen. It's interesting because this one won its debut and it won easy on synthetic. And it comes here right out of Turfway. It hasn't been training here. It trained here last year before the track opened. And then they shipped it up north to Kentucky. And then they broke the maiden there. But it has worked here, and it's got a couple of decent works that, Asmussen obviously thinks it's going to like the dirt. Why he shipped it up there? Maybe Kentucky bred? Was there extra money in that maiden special weight? That's the only thing I can think of. But now you're coming back down here. You're running for a $140,000 pot. He thinks the horse has class and has talent. So I'm going to play it on the stretch out. It's an Uncle Mo. I love playing Uncle Mo's, and it's out of a flatter mare. So Distance Tomlinson, if you are into that type of thing, is a 404. That's a good number. I don't know if people still look at Tomlinsons anymore, but I glance at them from time to time. But this horse should be even better going the route of ground. And I think this one might have a future on turf too as well. So they spent $300,000 on it, and we'll see. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with all that. I mean, the only thing is he's never gone 2 turns, and it's the first versus winners, first attempt, so. But yeah, that number is just as good as any in here and to win. And I mean, really 6-1 Asmussen. How are you going to overlook this here?
Right.
And he did not disappoint that big price tag. So I like it a lot. And
yeah, my backup was unexcited. Another Uncle Mo, not very exciting, 8-5. Brad Cox, just because it's that race 2 back at Fairgrounds was powerful, and it took the juice off in the stake. I don't know if that affected or not, but it did run against Nash and Track Phantom in the Lecomte. So, I'm willing to draw a line through that. And it was a step slow that day. So, should come back and run a big race. Nominated the Triple Crown. Your horse makes all the sense in the world, too. We liked this. You liked this horse against Valentine Candy. And you picked it over Valentine Candy, even though you picked Valentine Candy in the other stakes when it had. And I remember being kind of surprised at how well Valentine Candy won that race. Not that Valentine Candy won, but the way he won easy. But this one here is stretching out. And I don't know, it could show some zip out there. I don't know how spicy it's going to get up front, but
I don't know either. And, I don't like the 10 post in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
And really, if it was a little bit more inside, I think I would have probably taken him with the top pick. I just don't want him to get out there and have too much to do to get his early position. But I don't know how the race is going to, fall out. He might get it early and easy, but if he doesn't, he's out there. He could get pushed wide, and anything can happen. And I hate having a horse that does that. Couldn't get the position, gets pushed wide, and he's and then he works so hard to get that lead, and then he's not going to finish.
Yeah.
I can't. So I don't want that trip for myself. So I'm just I didn't take it. At 5-2, I couldn't risk it.
Yep, I got you. All right, we got another stake. Race 9. This is, I guess, the fillies and mares version of the no double. What's the name of this race? It's abbreviated.
Down the Dusty Road Breeders' stake.
Okay, well, I think down the Dusty Road Breeder stake is just going to be Cantex by 5. Ran against Open Company last time against Zeitlos. Wasn't going to win that race. Zeitlos is just a really nice filly. So she did last week. Getting back to Arkansas breds, I mean, this one has run well against Open Company before, but when you get this one against Arkansas breds, it really does well. Now, it ran against state breds in a stake last year, but that was at a mile. This one's a sprinter. It likes to sprint. And, first 3 races of its career, it dominated the 6-panel races. It's 4 out of 5 at the distance, 4 out of 6 here at OAKLAWN. Again, the only outs were in that last race in the slop against Open Company and Zeitlos. And going a mile. So I think Cantex is going to be awfully difficult to beat in this spot. My backup was the 6. Summer Shoes, it's 15-1 for Tom Swearingen. I'm just looking to forgive a couple of races. It had a weird trip against Cantex and Kaboom Baby last time. And then 2 back was Open Company against just really good horses, including that Reveille horse that he shipped in at the beginning of the meet back to Ohio. That was a tough race. So if you look at some of the company lines or the buyer speed figures and figures from last year, Summer Shoes really fits in here. And 15-1 is I don't know. I'm going to have it in all my horizontals and my verts. That's for sure. You want to touch on Cantex and then move into Connie K?
Yeah, well, I think Connie K is the fastest horse early, and I think she's going to be hard to, she'll be tough to run down for most runners. But Cantex, getting back in the company, should be up for that task. And I think she's going to do it, and I think she's going to do it convincingly, like you said. She's the 9-5 chalk, and she most likely, I think she's going to win like it. I'm going 1-2. 1-2 ice cold exacta right there. That's how I'm playing this race.
Okay. I'm in agreement with you. There was some trouble in that last. What I'm going to do, I got to show the public this. And, it wasn't like Cantex just ran awful in there. There were some issues here. And you'll see Cantex in the 5 hole here.
Yeah.
So watch the break from the 5
Sarah
hole.
Harper. We're ready to go. And we're off.
See what I'm looking at there?
Backyard money.
Yeah.
I mean, you get shuffled, stumbled, and relegated to last here.
Alongside Sarah Harper
in the mud, and now you're rushing up at 2-1 that day.
Clearing off. Sarah Harper off the layoff. She's fresh, gets to the rail and leads by 1.5 lengths, now almost 2. Backyard money second with Zeitlos, and I'm the boss of me who's 3 deep. A gap of 4 to Traverse, and very little sense. Cantex to the inside.
She should have been in that 3rd flight already, during the race, not dead last and running back and getting tangled with these.
Turn. Sarah Harper just flying on the lead, 21 2/5 seconds. She is absolutely going like a rocket ship. Let's see if she can keep going here. Sarah Harper, the lead is diminished to 3/4 of a length, now a 1/2 length. As Zeitlos is coming on the outside now. Zeitlos about to pass Sarah Harper.
Zeitlos just won a stake last week on
Zeitlos
Rebel Day.
Takes command. Sarah Harper had no responses.
Cantex is
that fast pace. Travers tries to come on. I'm the boss of me next, but it's all
now
Zeitlos
she's switching
with a 16th
out.
to go. She's gone 5 lengths clear. Now make it 4, maybe even
running
3,
with
but
interest.
she is well ahead. And Zeitlos, a picture of consistency. That's a hat trick.
And she's going to clunk up
the
here.
battles for second. It got tight between Travers and I'm the boss of me, dealing justice from a.
So anyway, she ran a good race. And then is that her galloping? Yeah, she's galloping out really good here.
Yeah.
So, again, that was Open Company against a stakes winner, and you can throw that one out.
Oh yeah. And I mean, really, if it was set up a little bit better for her, and without that break, and could have won it.
I'm probably gonna,
You
you
never
know
know.
what? To keep my ticket cheap, I'm probably even after watching that, I'm probably gonna single here.
I agree with you. I think this horse is definitely single worthy.
Mhm.
Just the way, I mean, just everything about her looks like
Yeah.
just way better than the rest of this field.
Yep. So, 9 to 5, probably gonna go off lower, but we'll see if we can single that and win it. Okay, the nightcap, the get out race, the will pays, hopefully. Maiden claiming 12.5.
Yes.
Going 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We're all over the place. It's that type of race. They're always like that. I landed on Landlord. Let me tell you why. I don't really like anything, and this is the first time starter. So I just wanted the newcomer. That was my thinking there. The 6, Perp Walk, Asmussen. They go from maiden special to 40 to 30. Now they're way down to 12.5. Notorious 6-2 was a horse that I picked last time that got away gate to wire. This one couldn't run it down, but had a bit of trip note 2 back and didn't get an ideal trip from that 12 hole last time either. So arguably the last 2 weren't ideal trips, and now you're taking a plunge. This one's going to be awfully tough down here. So those are the 2 I landed on. The 3, just because it's a big question mark, and if it wins, I'll get paid. And the 6 just should improve leaps and bounds here today. Tell me about Scott City.
Well, I don't like the one post and the layoff for the one Chaos Reigns.
Okay.
I don't like the last 2 outs for the 2 horse State School Smart. They're, I mean, just ugly. And the other early runners are in the 10 and 12 posts. So I think Scott City gets first call. He's shown speed in his last 2 races. The last out was in the slop after a long layoff, since last April. And then last April's race where he showed speed was routing. I think he's very sneaky here at second off the layoff.
It better be.
And I tell you what do you say? Say it for me. If he gets out there, what can he do for me?
Could puff his chest out and keep going.
This is what I
but
think.
He looks, yeah, listen, this, let me tell you what.
Yep.
Yeah, here's the deal with this one.
I need help, though. I'm going to need help.
This horse will be 35 to 1.
Yes.
If it gets headed, it's going to stop.
Of course.
But one of these days, it's going to be in this bottom hole here. I don't know if it's going to be at OAKLAWN or not. It might be. It's going to get the front, and nothing's going to pass it, and it's going to keep going. It's a need the lead type, obviously. As soon as it gets headed, it like wants to fall down.
He's done, yeah.
I mean, if you look at that, look at the last 2 races. After a half mile, you got the lead. It gets headed. Boom. Next call, 17 lengths out. It's got the lead. It's got the lead in the stretch last time. Gets headed. Loses by 16.
Right. And
that's crazy. So this horse, once it eyeballs another horse, it's got blinkers on. So once those cups catch a glimpse of any animal, it's like, and it quits.
Right.
It's
what I like about it. Yeah, what I like about it though is like it's your second run. He went a little bit further last time. You're at the bottom of the barrel, and you gotta like the connections.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's just let's watch that. Let's watch this horse like fold. I want to watch it fold the tent. I want to see. This
is my get out race.
Well, here's the deal. I got to see this. All right. So it's the 6. We could fast forward a little bit. All right, here we go. They're
very quick to get to the
the
front.
6
He's got the
actually
lead
had
by
to
a length and a
work,
half.
Marco.
Scott City running in the second position. Barry
Okay.
Bullet already sent along
'Cause the
from the
call-
third position, losing ground already. He's been
It doesn't
passed
show
by
that in the call
Mr.
because it's going with each
Our
call.
Heavenly
Okay.
Gift is there. So is
It's going to
Nature's Kid down
overtake
on the
this one.
inside, and Sir Peel's making up ground.
Okay, so there you go.
Into the 4-turn run. We come back to Dario. He's about 8
So
lengths
now it's
going
gonna
to
take the lead.
Group. Tommy Try and third watcher
That's
next.
a deceptive.
Berryville Bullet has plummeted in the wrong direction, is dropping right out of it. Stoff and Preparedness are next as they round the 4-turn. Battle on the lead. Scott City up to challenge I'm a Funny Guy, and it's now Scott City who has the head lead. I'm a Fun Guy back in second on the inside, retreating. Sir Peel in third, coming off the turn. Preacher's Kid making an
This horse
eye-catching
loses
run
by
on the
16
fence.
lengths.
Here comes Preacher.
Wow.
Nick Juarez coming up to challenge the front runners. Third watch finds daylight between horses. He's battling on. Sir Peel continues to grind away. It's third watch.
Just kind of quit right there. And
Carlos Barboza
and
and
Sir
third
Peel
watch wins it by 2.5.
convincing winner.
Preacher's
You know,
Kid was second.
okay,
Sir Peel third. Dario.
Let me watch the start again because it didn't get the lead nowhere near it. Look at the 12.
Laruff. I'm a Funny Guy.
You broke
kind
of tardy. You had to really
towards
work.
the rail.
It actually ran a decent race.
To get to the front. He's got
if it could break clean and get the lead and relax,
running in the
he
second
even gave it a
position.
tap right
Berryville
there.
Bullet already sent along from the third position, losing
He wanted
ground
the
already.
lead.
He's been passed
And
by
he got
Mr.
it.
Seeker. Our Heavenly Gift is there. So is Preacher's Kid down on the
And
inside.
look,
Yeah.
this
Sir
race,
Peel's
this
picking up
race, you
ground,
got to look though
passing
too.
runners to claim
This was his
third.
first race since last
Okay.
April.
You know what? You're right. You're coming on. It needed the race. It ran at a target. It's probably going to get the front. Let me look at this. You don't know what the firsters are going to do. The horse on the rail, that was route speed. The 2 is going to press. I had a trip note on that switched leads. That 2 is kind of messed up.
That two, that's the 2
It's
to me
hurt.
looks like it's hurt. Yeah.
3 back, switched leads very late. And then
You know what? This might, that 2 might be a scratch at the gate, probably limping in.
yeah.
I mean-
So that's why I went with the 3 here because it was the unknown. But you're right. The 4 could be a bomb if it breaks clean and gets the front because all the outside horses don't have a lot of speed. You know,
No,
I
there's
mean,
not a whole lot.
if the 13 got in, maybe it would show a little bit of natural speed because it.
Yeah, the 13 and the 14 do, but who's going to scratch?
The 10 showed a little bit of speed last time, but yeah. Hey, you know what? After watching that replay, I'm not laughing at it as bad as I initially was.
Well,
It could be a live bomb. Well, we'll definitely throw. This is a race we'll go about 5 deep at least, maybe 6, and I'm definitely going to throw that one on there. And then you threw the family horse in. My brother Mike.
I did. Now check this out. Well, besides for being a 22 race maiden, but believe it or not, he has 3 places and a show and 10 starts on fast dirt. That's for one. And he's 3 for 3 in the money at the distance. Out of all those 22 races, this is like kind of where he needs to be,
Well, I like Belmer getting back on him. I thought he rode.
And I was about to say that next. Belmore back on board, and I want to play this exacta, Scott City, my brother Mike, and with your top pick, whatever that might, whatever we got.
Well, I like the first time starter, but I think the Asmussen runner is one.
I might have to go 4-horse box here in a trifecta or even
Well, the way I do. Well, okay, yeah.
I might do something like that, and maybe even put a super together, because these are all bombs here that could possibly hit the board that we got.
Well, so. we saw memes. 2 back. My brother Mike lost to memes by 5. That horse is gone. Looks pretty good. Going to be a heavy favorite against winners earlier on the card. So that'll tell you a lot there. And then Shady Daredevil is not in this race, who beat us as well. So that was a good race 2 back. The last one did not like the ride. I just like getting Belmer back with the 7-pound bug, and
Yeah, I think that last race.
think,
had a
yeah,
lot to do with
Vasquez rode my brother Mike twice at the meet. And it does not sit good on him.
Not
And
at all.
I thought Belmer sat really well and had a nice little rally. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race. I'll be deep in here for the pick 5.
But I did not put my brother Mike on top this time. I did not do it.
That means it's gonna win. That's probably the first. That's the first time we haven't picked a family horse. One of us.
I hope he does win.
That means that it might win.
I hope he catches. I hope he catches Scott City at the wire, and then I'm getting paid regardless. So,
Marco, your best bet is a bomber.
It's a bomb.
Northern Chill in race 3. So
I like that one. You know what? This 4-horse I kind of like even better now. Northern Chill. I really like this horse. Has a big shot to win, I think, at 20-1.
All right. And for me, I like Cravensworth. I showed a replay from the Keeneland race. I think if I break clean today, I'm going to have a really good shot to win. I thought it galloped out really well in that race, and it needed the race. And I like the work tab, too, coming in. So 4-1's not very exciting, but it's $10. I'll take $10.
I like that horse, though, and I'm betting it as well.
All right. Well, anyway, Marco, that was a good show. Saturday edition. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm going to be playing the races. Early pick 5, late pick 5, some other stuff. I'm sure you're going to be paying attention. Are you going to be playing in any? There's a Friday. I think they have a Friday NHC game for $75.
Yeah, I guess this might be the last weekend, so I mean, you got to go out firing. You know, why not?
Yep.
So,
all right. Well, let's cash a couple of tickets on Saturday. And how's the weather down there as far as temperature?
Well, not to you, but to me, right now, it's freezing.
It's supposed to be in the 70s though on Saturday.
Yeah, we had a cold front come through with a little bit of this rain.
It's 32 degrees over here, so
yeah, it's.
I was wearing a stocking cap.
I think it's in the 30s right now here. Maybe it got cold, but that's going away. Yeah, it's going to warm up tomorrow, and then that stuff's going away, and then we're going to get back into the spring. So,
all right, Marco. Let's cash a couple of tickets, man. I'll see you.
Tickets.
Yeah, we'll have our Sunday loop, guys, for Sunday, and we'll see you again next week. See you later, everybody.